So I was tagged to do this by the lovely Ursula Rose. I will leave her link down below because she is a gorgeous woman, and she has boy-girl twins as well. So if you want to sort of follow twin life and a beautiful, stylish and very eloquent mum, then Ursula is definitely for you. But there are a few questions, so I'm going to get cracking and start answering them. So the first question is, what are your favourite boys and girls names from the top UK names list 2015? So I'm going to start with girls, and it's actually coming in at number 100, and it's the name Robyn, which is R-O-B-Y-N, and this was actually a name that was on my list for Daisy, but Mark is very stroppy and he got to pick Daisy's name, which luckily I liked, and I got the middle name. But I really like it. I just think it's quite unusual, and I quite like boys' names for girls' names, or like at least non-typical girls' names I'm a big fan of. And then for the boys, it comes in at number 60, and the name is Stanley. And I don't know if you can guess, with having a little boy called Bill, obviously he was like named traditionally William, but I always call him Bill, as I'm sure you're aware, because that's his nickname for William. And I just like little old man names, but I like ones that I would say aren't as popular as others. So obviously, like, I really like Archie and Alfie and sort of all of those, like, you know, Archibald or Alfred and all of that, but they're too common for me now. So I really like Stanley. I think it's so cute, like little Stan the man. So those are my top choices from the name list at the moment. So the next question on the other end of the spectrum is, which are your least favourite names from that list? And for girls, I'm going to go with number 64, which is Lexi. I don't like it. I think I've got a thing as well that I don't know if I like names with X's in that much. It's just me. There's nothing personal. It's just like what my ears like the sound of. So Lexi is probably my least favourite, and that is number 64. And then my least favourite boys is number 35, which is Riley. Again, it's just another one that I just don't like. There are certain names that I'm just not fond of, and for me, like, some of them I always think, can I imagine that name on an adult? And I don't know if I can imagine a grown man called Riley, but then I've never met one, so that might be why. So somebody woke up from her nap very early, but she is teething at the moment, so I'm going to try and finish this really quickly with her on my knee having cuddles. But the next question is, if you had twins, what would you call them? And it's like a girl twins, girl boy twins, and then boy twins. So gosh, there are so many combinations, and I try not to overthink this. I just picked names that I thought like sounded really cute together, or I just liked. So for girl, I've gone for Flora and Jane. The reason why is that obviously with twins, I don't want them to be sort of labelled with names that are too similar or too matchy. So I kind of like the idea that Flora is quite, you know, it's a floral name, it's very feminine, and then Jane is very strong and sort of, I don't know, I think it's such a beautiful name. My best friend from school was called Jane, and I love that name for that reason. And then for boy and girl, I've kind of gone against what I said earlier, but my chosen names for that would be Tessa and Teddy. I absolutely love both of those names, and I think with a boy and girl it is quite nice to have like matching name sounds. Excuse all the noise in the background, by the way, but it's really hot today and I want the windows open. And then for boy twins, I picked the names Milo and Toby, and the ridiculous reason is for this is that we have well, we had, bless their doggy souls, 2 dogs growing up called Milo and Toby, and they were just like the best duo, and I just really like their names together. They sound cheeky and mischievous, so those would be my chosen names for that question. The next question is, if I could change my name to anything else, what would that be? And hands down, it's such an easy choice for me, but that would be Nell. Obviously, like, Charlotte's nice and everything, it's a very traditional name, and I think it's a very sort of respectful name, and it's done me well from when I was younger, being like a Lottie or a Charlie. But then as an adult, I just feel like Charlotte or Char, or Babe as Mark calls me, or Mama as these two call me, like, it just works a little bit better. But it's also quite a common name, and it's a very long name to spell, and Nell was my chosen name for this one. It's her not her nickname, it's her middle name. And that's as far as I could get with Mark, because he didn't like it, because he thought that kids at school would call her Nellie the elephant, which is not true at all, but she's Daisy Nell, and I would love the name Nell if I could choose. Then the next question is, if you had 4 children and you had to call them names that all began with the same letter, what would they be? So to make this easier, I've gone with a name that I've already got. So I've got Bill, and then I've gone for Bill, Bonnie, Belle and Ben, and I feel like they sound like a bit like, oh, I've got Bill and Ben like the Flower Pot Man, but I could roll with that. It's quite cute actually having names that all got the same letter as a starting point, but I feel like it would make post very hard. You know, like when you've got a letter coming through and it would be like B. Taylor, and it's like, which one is it? Fight amongst yourselves. But yeah, that's probably what I'd go for. I could have thought on that one a little bit longer, but like there are that many letters in the alphabet that I could spend hours on that question. So the next question is, what are your favourite animal inspired names? And I've kind of cheated a little bit with this one, but I have included Flora again because it's like animal, nature, that kind of thing. Just really like that name for a girl. I'm quite fond of floral or nature names in general, like obviously Daisy, I like Willow, I like William, which is a flower, Sweet William, so I'm really into those kind of names. And then for a boy, I've picked Fox because I'd be quite adventurous with names, but I have a very traditional partner, so you know, if I could sort of rename all of my children, they would probably be slightly more unusual than what they are now, but I really like that one. And then the next question is, what is your favorite color inspired name? And for this one I've gone with Violet. I can't really think of any that I would use for a boy because like I don't like indigo really. You can call them like yellow or red, or they tend to be girls' names, don't they? So I'm gonna go with Violet for that one. And the next question is, what are my top 3 boys' names? So I've actually kept one of these names hidden because I've still got my heart set on it if we do have a third and say it is a boy, and the same goes for girls' names as well. But my sort of top 3 below that name, I love the name Noah. Bill's best friend is called Noah. Noah was on the list for Bill when I was considering naming him, like, you know, 5-6 years ago. I think it's lovely, but it's just too popular for me to use, even though I absolutely adore it. Another name that I love at the moment is Fred. I just love those old man names. I really do like them, and I like the idea of having like a little Fred or a little Freddie. And then a name that I absolutely adore is Gabriel. I think it's beautiful, and it is slightly unusual. It's not very common, but I just think it's gorgeous, and I like the idea of having like a little Gabe, but it will never happen because Mark's dead stubborn. And then following on from that question, my top 3 girls' names, and again Nell features on there because I love it more than life itself. Another one that I absolutely love is Ada, and the third one is Stella. I just think they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful names. The next question is, what is your favourite celebrity baby name? And I'm going to go for Zooey Deschanel's daughter, and it's Elsie Otter. I really like the addition of Otter. I think it's really cute, and I think it's a really pretty name. There are so many names that I love celebrity wise, like Jerry Halliwell's daughter is called Bluebell Madonna, and I think that's a really cute name as well. I like unusual ones that I'd never have the guts to call my kids myself, but I admire them from afar. So the next question is, what is your ultimate guilty pleasure name? And I'm gonna go with Harper because I absolutely love it, but I feel like because of the Beckhams, it's just a name that I not like shouldn't like, but it's just so popular, isn't it? Do you remember when they found out we were having a girl after 3 boys, and it was like, oh, she's finally having a girl, and then that name is just so synonymous with them that like now I feel like I love it, but I could never use it, so that's my guilty pleasure name. And the next question is, what are your most hated baby names? And I'm going to agree with Ursula on this one. I just don't get baby names after places, so like London, Paris, I don't know. I mean, it's like me deciding to call my baby, I don't know, Yorkshire or like Preston. No, couldn't do that. There are just those names. I just think unless it's like a really strong, you know, connection, then I don't know, I just don't get it. It's like, you know, if you call your baby after where they were conceived, and like in which case like I'd have a baby Macclesfield or something, and it's just I don't get that one. But then like if I met someone called that name, then I wouldn't bat an eyelid, but I just don't, it's not for me. Question 12 is choose a food related baby name, and for that I would pick the name Olive, because I think Olive is a beautiful girl's name. It's actually one that I would actually use, but I just don't think Mark would like it. Bloody Mark. I think that's really pretty. Question 13 is choose a baby name based on a month, and I really like June. I quite like April as well, actually. I've heard of a few Augusts. That's quite popular over in America from what I know, so I think I'm going to go with August because it's not as popular here yet and it's quite unusual. So question number 14 is choose a baby name based from a movie. So I think I'm going to go Dirty Dancing style and think like Baby. I know that her name is Frances, which I quite like as well, but I just thought it was really cool that her nickname was Baby, and when I used to watch it as a teenager I was like, oh gosh, that's so cool. So yeah, can you imagine having a baby called Baby? That would be quite weird, wouldn't it? And question number 15 is choose a baby name that is already in your family. So I have two names actually. I've got a boy's name and a girl's name that I really like. The first one is a girl's name, and that is the name Nora, and this was one of my grandma's, was she's still alive, one of my grandma's very many siblings. She's got 12 siblings, I think. That's her older sister's name. My grandma was the second youngest of 12, so there's lots of names to choose from. I just love the name Nora, and I have a friend called Jess who has a daughter called Nora as well, and I love it, so I would definitely choose Nora. And then the boy's name I really like is Elliot. William actually shares his name with one of my cousins already, and I would love to call another baby of mine Elliot, either for a girl or a boy. I just really like it, but again I think it's like I've already got one matching name, I can't really go for two. I like a lot of the names in my family actually. I think my aunties have really done well with the names that they've chosen. But yeah, that is the end of the tag. I found that really hard. It's like, it's one of those where you like have to sit and think about it for a while, and I struggle to pick names for my children as it is, let alone just on a whim for a tag. But I would love to see some other people do this. If you decide to do it and I haven't tagged you, please let me know in the comments below, because I would love to hear what your choices are. But I am going to tag. Who am I going to tag? I'm going to tag the lovely Mrs. Meldrum, Rebecca, if she feels up to it. I know that she's only just got Poppy home at the moment, but if she does fancy a sort of easy-ish sit down video, given that she's just named another baby, then I think that she would be lovely. I love hearing her name suggestions, so hers would be interesting. I'm going to go with Kerry, Kerry Conway, because I know that she's sort of done with her babies now, so I'd love to know what her leftover choices were and what her sort of inspiration is for names. Then I'm also going to go for Amber from Meet the Wilds, because oh my god, Amber and Kirsty have the best baby names in the world. Like they've got two sets of twins, boy twins and girl twin, and their baby names are just stupendous. And if there is someone that you would like to get name inspiration from, it's Amber. I'll put everyone down below, and you must go and check them out, because they're all fantastic ladies. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, so don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I don't do tags that often, but I've been playing around with them at the moment, so if you like them and you've got any suggestions for any other ones you'd like me to do, then let me know. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one and other ones, and I will hopefully see you very soon. Have a lovely day, whatever you're up to, and I'm gonna go and cuddle this one some more. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, did you say bye-bye?